Little fireside chat tonight, folks. Here we go.
Hey, folks. CJ Adams here for Talkin Tackle, our weekly episode, and I know we get a lot of questions and comments and some ideas of what to talk about. Well, tonight we are going to be talking some proper head boat etiquette, what to bring, what not to bring. We want to introduce.
Well, we get a lot of feedback. And there's a lot of people. I know there's one here, Carl from White Plains, New York. Carl, I hope you're listening. He's got a 9-year-old son. He does some freshwater fishing. He's never been saltwater fishing, and he just doesn't know what he's getting into. So, and there's another one here, Susan from Springfield, Mass. I don't see any kids on this one, but anyhow, so we'll just hit on that to begin with, you know.
It all starts with the right clothing, you know, depending on what time of year it is. Spring, it's still chilly on the water, so dress for it. Wear your pants, your long sleeves, and
we're gonna start squid fishing first.
Yeah, it's chilly at night.
And it's chilly, and some people come and, you know, they think because it's 70 degrees on shore that it's going to be 70 degrees at 10 o'clock at night when we're squid fishing. It doesn't work like that, believe me. They come down in flip-flops. Yeah. And holy God, you can hear every part of their body chattering together as we try to keep them warm, you know. But wear the right stuff. You can always take the clothing off. Usually, I used to say this for so many years in the small boats. Generally, wet and cold customers are not happy customers. So, you know, bring the right clothing. You know.
And it all starts with something like this. Very simple. This is. Your Grundon's rain gear, Grundon's rain jackets. A lot of times that for the people that don't know, early in the spring, it gets a little foggy out there. You know, the water temperature is warmer than the air, yada yada, so there's some fog, and that fog will get you so wet to the point where you look like you went swimming at times. Especially squid fish tonight. Get the right gear. The squid ink too, they will get you, quite wet.
Dirty. You're gonna get dirty.
So not just on the squid, but porgy fishing too in the back bays. You get a passing shower, like Greg says. You don't want to be wet. You can always take it off.
For Carl there with your 9-year-old son, you know probably the time to take him is when the weather's nice, like end of June, July, August. The weather's beautiful. It's calm. We're fishing in shallow water, but still bring the right stuff. Don't come in flip-flops. I mean, no matter what we're catching, I don't care if it's even porgies. Porgies got dorsal fins.
Yeah, they'll get you.
That stick, you know, and you have them flopping around on the deck. And how many times do you see it? We see it all the time.
All the time.
You know, I mean,
you're either A, soaked, or 2, you get pricked, and you can eliminate that with just a good pair of deck boots, waterproof boots. This is what we wear. It's a lot of guys wear the Grundons, the extra toughs, but simple stuff like that. It'll keep you dry. You'll have a better day. You went clamming, I see. You got some sand in there.
I got some sand.
Why do you have some sand in there, by the way?
Because my boot's stuck in the mud today, clamming, you know. But what can I do, you know?
Not to mention coolers, guys. We preach it time and time again. Bring yourself a cooler. Do yourself a favor. Go to your local store. Get a designated fish cooler.
For the fish, not your food.
This is just, for example, a little cooler. Not my fish cooler, because obviously it doesn't hold a lot of fish. But get a designated fish cooler. Go to your local gas station. Get some ice or an ice machine from your house, whatever it may be. Add it to your cooler. We also sell ice and carry ice at the boat. But take care of the fish the right way. Ice is important. Dry cooler won't be the trick. Cooler, yes, you got to get some ice though.
We've been preaching that for those of you, you know, I should have said this at the start. If you have your own boat and you catch everything from tuna to tarpon, you're probably not going to want to listen to us tonight, because this is elementary. This is for the entry-level fishermen we're talking about. But taking care of the fish is so important, and even though we preach it, we have spare coolers down on the dock that we let our customers use. We still have people that bring the burlap bag, the plastic bag. They take their fish, beautiful sea bass and fluke and porgies and codfish, whatever, and we see it every friggin' day. And it's just, and we want to, they think we're trying to sell them the ice. We're giving you the cooler, you know.
What frustrates us is we're not going to eat them. You guys are going to take them home and eat them. But man, when we see them sit in that bag and that bucket for 4, 5, 6 hours in that sun, it just gives us the idea of you guys are going to go home and eat that, and we know the look on your face when you get home, and then they're going to blame us. Well, yeah, the fish, it's mushy, but
we want those fish when they leave the boat to be fish market quality. We go to great extent to take care of the fish, and you can see the difference on the cutting board of a fish that's been taken care of and a fish that hasn't. You know, there's a show on TV I was just watching the other night. I forgot what the name was. It Cold Water or something. They're longline and codfish up off Iceland. And the first thing they do when those fish come on board the boat, I'm talking within 10 seconds, is they slit its throat and bleed it. And they mentioned it just either last night or the night before, that it's so important to bleed that fish. Then it goes down a chute and it gets gutted and iced. But it's the bleeding. They said even if it takes an extra minute or two, it makes a difference in the fillet. So if they're doing it and they're catching 150, 200,000 pounds of codfish,
I can assure you I'm going to do it then.
We do it to, well, we do it to all our fish.
Yeah, yeah.
When we're eating our own fish, you better believe it. As soon as they come up, we bleed them and we slush them.
It's just the way to go.
You know?
And there's, if you don't know what we're talking about, by that means being a novice and for the first time customers, you bring ice, you add a little salt water to the ice once you get on the boat, make a slush.
Make a slush.
It keeps the fish fresh.
The slush is so much better than just ice, just plain ice. It's the combination of the ice and the salt water, and it's very, very cold. And what we try to do is give everybody a 5-gallon bucket. They bleed the fish in the bucket, and then a couple of minutes after they're bled out, put them right in the slush. That's how to take care of them. And not only on our boat, on any boat. It doesn't matter. Fresh water, salt water, it doesn't matter. You take care of the fish, you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference.
A couple other things as far as some more proper etiquette for these kind of boats. Obviously, summer months, the sun's out, you know, sunshine. Bring yourself a pair of sunglasses like Greg's got right there. You always can take them off. Sunscreen. The Dramamine, everybody always wants to bring it. It's not. That's out. That's out of the question. But
any type of motion sickness, there's prescription medication that you can take. I mean, I tell this to people all the time. You know, you have car insurance, even though you never had a car accident. You have homeowners insurance in case you burn the house down, but I never did. And so why wouldn't you take, if you're going once a year for the first time, you go to your doctor, make a phone call, they'll give you a prescription, one pill or one tab that you put on behind your ear, and you can eliminate motion sickness. It's a thing of the past. Dramamine, Marazine, over-the-counter, drugstore stuff like that. It just doesn't work. It's like trying to give an aspirin to somebody who's got his arm amputated. It just doesn't work, you know. But we see that all the time too. And you see the boxes of Dramamine in the trash and on the deck, you know.
When we see that, you know it's a little too late.
You know.
To go over a couple more things. Obviously, we talked about the cooler with ice for your fish, a designated fish cooler. Also, you're welcome to bring a lunch too. When we serve, we have a full galley where we serve some microwavable stuff, water, sodas that you can purchase from us. But
most of the head boats have got a galley. The bigger boats, the charter boats, you bring your own. You bring your own food and everything, you know. And
we recommend.
Try not to bring glass on any of the boats. You know, you can bring soda, you can bring beer, as long as it's not in excess. But try to keep everything in cans so you don't have a problem with that. And you know.
And then the best thing to do is when you're done with your lunch and your trash, put it in the trash can.
Well, why don't people do that?
I don't know, but we carry trash cans on the boat for a reason for you guys to use. But you're right, it isn't everybody. But sometimes it gets us.
Some of the groups are just absolutely incredible. I see the guy, and we see this all the time. The guy's got his knife and he's got the clam on my gunnel. Okay, I just paid $85,000 to have the boat sprayed, painted, sanded, and he's over there. Hey! He looks up, you know. Would you do that on your dining room table?
Hi,
you know, hey, Flounder. Oh, I got you excited. Oh, here's
Flounder. Say hi. One other thing, obviously, us as mates, we fish all the time. We have our own personal rods. You are certainly welcome, and we encourage it to bring your own tackle. And if it's not the right stuff, that's where we come into play, and you can always rent a rod. We have plenty of stuff, plenty of rods, plenty of reels that will do the job efficiently. But we encourage you guys to bring your own stuff because for all you know, you might have better stuff than we do. I don't know. But we encourage it. If it's not the right stuff, we put it up top of the day, give you the right stuff to catch them, especially for the newcomers.
Yeah.
Like Greg said, if you've caught anything from trout to tuna fish to marlin, like we said, this video is probably not for you.
I said tuna to tarpon.
Tuna to tarpon. I missed that one.
But, pay attention.
Sorry. Dexter Knives. Dexter Knives. We've been going back and forth on a question. We did this last week. We're giving away a knife for those of you. No, we're gonna give the question out.
You want to give the question out?
Yeah, let them think about it for a minute.
Okay.
Do you remember the question?
I don't remember the question.
Anyways, for those of you that don't know, might have not tuned in last week, we're giving a Dexter knife away every single week that we do these to the customer or the viewer who gives us the right question. And I know there was a little controversy last week.
Gives us the right answer.
The right answer, sorry. There was a little controversy last week. Some people's phones maybe update a little faster.
You ask the question, then they give you the answer.
Well, we don't want.
Then we give them the knife.
Okay, go. He wants to ask the question. He wants to ask the question.
Is it that difficult?
Go ahead, ask.
No, I'm not going to ask. This is a 8-inch. This is their new version. Just came out last year. This is 8-inch, and it has the serration on top. Okay, it's dual edge they call it, but medium flex. Great grip on it. It's what
it is a nice knife.
It's what you guys use all the time. So
we have them on the boat.
We're giving that away. You want to ask the question? Go ahead. You get the question.
The question of the night is, guys, what is the first proper way to take care of these fish that you're going to be bringing home to eat?
Not that you're going to release.
Yeah.
That you're going to eat.
The process of taking care of these fish the right way. And the fifth guy that comes in with the right answer, Glenn's watching right now, or lady.
I know it's difficult to do this, okay?
It is.
We do the best we can. So don't get, there were people that were pissed off last week when we're giving them, they couldn't get through or this. We're doing the best we can, guys, girls.
We want to give them away to you, so that's
we want to give them away to you. They're the best knives. We tell everybody if it's not a Dexter, it's not a knife, So fifth person. What's the next thing we can do?
Do we have any questions, Glenn? Anybody been asking anything?
Not that I can see.
We like to answer some questions as we go on the way.
Sandy from Delhi just wanted to know about tackle. I think CJ kind of hit on that.
A little bit, yeah.
If you bring your own tackle and it doesn't work out, we can simply put it away and we'll give you a rental rod. I mean, that's all there is to it. We like to encourage people to get their own rods, get good stuff. That's another thing,
Yeah.
I mean, we tell people all the time. Let me have that rod there.
This is some high-end stuff. Obviously,
we
don't have to show up with this stuff, but
yeah, I mean, but the guys that go 20, 30 times a year with us, they all got this.
Yeah.
But the difference in using the right tackle at the right time makes all the difference in the world. We see some tackle that, let me tell you something, the Neanderthals might have used that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Sure, you can catch them with it, but it's not going to be as efficient.
Everybody wants to catch them. That's the deal. If you didn't want to catch them, you wouldn't need us. You wouldn't need these fishing boats. You could go on the ferry. So why don't you give yourself the best shot? And another point is, listen to the mates.
Well, we do it every day.
How many times do they say, no, I'm going to stick with this, what I mean? Oh, my God. If we go to your place of employment, whatever it is, and I don't care what it is, putting down blacktop or putting up sheetrock or making a log cabin like this, for God's sake, I'm going to listen to what you say because you do it every friggin' day. Well, we do this every day. So if these deckhands tell you something that you need more weight or you need a different hook or you need that,
we're not telling you for the wrong reason.
They're not. That's a very good point. We're not. I think I'm going to get a white.
But for the people that want to bring their own stuff, especially for the first timers, if you, like we said, we have all the tackles and the signature stuff, but you want to bring them, get some high-low rigs made out of monofilament, 1020 hooks, something like that. The metal rigs that we see from week in and week out.
Boy, do they know what you're talking about?
So if for those of you that don't know, there's a very popular rig that they've sold for many, many years. It's a piece of metal.
we can.
You want to try and draw it a little bit?
We can try to draw it. You want to try to draw it?
I'm the worst drawer. You might have to.
Well, let's just try it, okay? There's a rig that's monofilament, and it has a steel arm that comes off it like this, and then the leader comes off with the hook. And then there's another steel arm with the hook coming off. These are probably, the sinker goes on the bottom, okay, and this gets tied to the rod. These are, without a doubt, the most popular rig we see on the boat, and they're absolutely the worst. Number one, they tangle more than anything. So if you're fishing shoulder to shoulder, you're going to get some tangles. But just as important, when the fishing is tough, when the fish are picky, they're aware of this steel. We try to tell everybody, operate under the KISS principle. Keep it simple. Don't have a lot of swivels and snap swivels and snap swivels down here. We use monofilament wherever we can. But just do yourself a favor. They sell more of these rigs than you can possibly imagine. Like I said, we see them every trip. And I'm sure the other head boats at Point Judith and Montauk and everywhere else see them too. I know they do. But forget it.
They're not the way to go.
They're not the way to go. They're cheap. They're inexpensive, but they do not catch as well. That's all there is to it, you know. So
get the full monofilament rigs.
Get monofilament. Keep it simple, so stupid. You don't need the snap swivels and all the paraphernalia that goes around with it. It's just unnecessary, you know. Don't forget, a lot of this tackle, these tackle stores, especially the big ones, I hate to say Cabela's and this and that, they want to sell you where they make the most money. That's the name of the game, you know. That's why you try to go to a good tackle store that's going to be honest and tell them where you're going, what you're going to fish for, and help me out a little bit. What do I need? What do I need? Now, you don't have to go with the high-end gear, although that's top of the line, you know, but...
they sell all sorts of stuff for the middle of the road average angler.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of you guys come to us. We point you in the right direction. The local tackle shops that you can get a first face-to-face basis with on what exactly you want. So if you have any questions about that stuff, we're happy to help you with that as well. But bring the right gear, the right tackle. It all starts there. And if you don't have it, we have it for you.
What else can we do?
Well, I'm gonna eventually have a stuffed clam because I'm starving. Like you guys know, we've been clamming quite a bit. And,
we have the stuffed clams in the oven baking.
Eric Carlson, if you're watching, I know you probably are. You said you were gonna. The clam off is coming soon, so I will let you know.
Glenn's been eating so many clams, he looks like a little stuffed clam.
I think we all do this time of year. Did we get a fifth answer? Let the other front office take care of that. Did you get anywhere?
I know I got a bunch of answers in here, but
stay tuned. I guess I think we'll have to look back, right? Unless we want to try and scroll down now.
Do you know one? Can you pick one?
It out?
The fifth one?
Let me
see. Pressure.
We're still looking.
Pressure.
I got a lot of bleeds. I got a lot of ice.
Somebody wants a Dexter knife, Glenn, and it's up to you. It's up to you. The crowd is on its feet. They're chanting.
I think it's Richard Ferry.
Well, you gotta be on.
You gotta be.
He's the fifth one.
Richard Ferry. Okay, Richard Ferry.
What was his answer?
Richard Ferry said bleeding.
All right.
Okay.
Richard Ferry, congratulations if he's still watching. What's the process on this? Now we got to get it.
Oh yeah, just
send us your email, right?
Yeah, send us an email there, Rich, and give us an address, and we'll get this sent out. And speaking of that, I didn't do this yet. Last week we had a winner, Jason, up in Lisbon. Jason, if you're listening, I got your knife. I didn't send it out yet. I will. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, here we go.
Jason, the check's in the mail.
Yeah, the check's in the mail, Jason. Okay, so we'll get you the knife, you know. But
keep your feedback coming, questions, comments, arguments, whatever you got. We need some more topics to go over.
Look at your rod is over the candles.
That's another one that goes down apparently.
We're going to be doing one in a restaurant here in the next week or two to show you some great ways to cook some of these fish. We're also going to be at a fish market We're also at a fit. You're excited because you're going to get to eat it.
We're going to get to eat.
Look at the size of them. You're getting huge.
I'm looking like Glenn.
If you were at the Last Supper, you'd probably ask Jesus for another piece of bread. But and we're going to be at a fish market too to show you some techniques on cutting the fish and how to do it and everything. So, you know, we try to do these. Like I said, this is it's casual, no nonsense.
I'm going to Hollywood.
Try to do the best we can with what limited ability we have, you know. But hopefully everybody learns a little bit. That's all we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to get across.
Just educate a little bit here and there, and share some of the knowledge that we might have accumulated over the years, you know. But anything else you want to add there?
We'll keep you guys posted on the clam off, and we'll go from there. But give us, like I said, your feedback, your comments, your questions, your concerns. Give us a good topic we can bring up next week. Maybe we'll be in the restaurant. We don't know yet, but keep them.
Keep them coming. I mean, we get quite a few of them. We get a couple hundred every week. And
we want to talk about what you guys want to talk about.
And we try to do our best. You know, this is there's no script here. I mean, this is we're shooting this from the hip. In fact, CJ is shooting it from lower part, from his boot.
Sometimes.
Bring that boot up. Look at that boot.
Sometimes.
What a hoof.
She dirty.
My God.
Anyways, folks.
Okay, folks.
Captain Greg DeBrule.
CJ Adams. We'll see you next week, okay? Stay healthy and God bless.
Take care, folks.